Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Caffeine Queen Crafts. My name is Sarah. We are here tonight with a WIP and chat. If you are just stumbling across my channel or crafting channels in general, WIP is work in progress, chat is chat. So we're going to work on a diamond painting for the next hour or so while I just talk at you about life. So tonight we are working on the Spiral by Ivy Dollamore. This is a kit I am doing for Drills and Chills, which is an event put on by Katie at Diamonds and Washi and Lindsay over at Emeralds and Fairy Lights. As you can see, it's a witch with a spiral on her hat and like a whole nature scene. And we are in confetti heaven. This section down here was a lot of color blocking, and now we're into this little area with the trees here. And it's going to be more confetti, which is my jam. Love me some confetti. Sorry, I got Miso right next to me, and she is about to fall off a chair. She is busy laying on her back, and she's going to fall unless I move her so that my leg is blocking the gap. Okay, she's good. Sorry about that. All right, in terms of what I am using, I already started this section. As you can see, we've got part of this stump here done, the tree, which I think is looking lovely and popping very well. I have this tray, which is the Inferno tray from Firefly. I will link it down below. I am on this L symbol, which is $37.90. And in terms of other material, I'm going to be using this. I believe we landed on calling it a diamond painting pencil. In actuality, this is a diamond painting pen with a pencil inside of it, a Ticonderoga, that I got from a monthly special limited edition box from Pure Bliss Wax Company. The pen itself was made by Shimmering Canvases. This is my second pen from them, and I like it a lot. There's an all-in-one single placer that I got from Amazon. I will link it down below. I did finally start an affiliate account with Amazon. So if you use that or any other Amazon link I post, I will make a small commission, but it won't cost you any extra money. And if you don't want to use a affiliate link, which is totally fine, you do not have to. You can just go on Amazon and search for all-in-one single placer diamond painting, and you will find something similar. And then this is a 5-placer from Diamond Art Club that I like a lot. So we're gonna do that. And then in terms of what else I am using, I have here Super Sticky from Patty Wax, which you load up just by scraping along your pen. Super Sticky is one of my favorite things to have in my single placer. It is best for a single placer. Patty Wax does make a different kind of wax for your multi-placer. I have a lot of those too, but I was using that for most of last week. I wanted to change. Then we have Macintosh Apple, which came in the same little monthly box as my diamond painting pen. I got 2 putties in mine. The theme for this month was back to school, and because I'm a teacher, I had to buy it. It was a legal requirement, I think. Not really, but I just wanted to. Ah, that smells like, yeah, that smells like an apple. That smells also very schooly to me. I don't know. I was actually just complaining at a meeting about how no one's ever given me an apple. I've been a teacher for nearly 10 years, and no one's ever given me an apple. I feel cheated. So, but the apple theme fits well with the fallness of this painting. It is Monday, September 22nd, so it is the first day of fall. And I'm excited for fall. Not really. Fall's like not my favorite season. Summer's my favorite season, but it is what it is. And then finally, I am using this Cover Minder, Dead Inside but Caffeinated, from Shire Shenanigans. You can check out the links down below. All of it will be linked. Sorry, hiccups. Again, I might make a small commission depending on whether the link is from Amazon or not, but don't feel like you have to purchase anything because of that. I'm just, you know, chilling. We do this for fun, not for money. All right, so that is what I am working on and what I am working with. Hope you enjoyed this. So up until now, I have been filming my diamond painting whips on Wednesday and Thursday, and trying to post them on Saturday or Sunday, but that schedule was just not working. There were many times I came home at the end of the day on Thursday and just couldn't do it anymore. So I switched it up. Last week, I did not post a whip and chat. I posted 2 other videos. One was an unboxing, the other was a post review. I will try to remember to have those linked up in the corner if you are interested. We're going to get into this bush, which is like the first green I've had on this whole canvas. This is not a very green canvas. And I did that because I wanted to switch my filming schedule up. I want to do my whip and chats. I want to film them Monday, post them Wednesday. And then I want to post a different kind of video, unboxing, post review, vlog style video on Sunday. Because the Wednesday, the filming on Thursday, my whip and chat was just not working. The Sarah that exists on Thursday night is very different than the Sarah that exists on Monday night. So, here we are. Diamond painting. On doing a whip and chat on a Monday. If you were expecting an upload or a whip and chat and you were disappointed, I'm sorry. Hopefully that this new schedule will work out better for everyone and make up for it. Also, if you were expecting a whip and chat on Sunday, thanks. I didn't think anyone paid that close attention. Truth be told, people probably still don't, but I'm just saying it on the off chance that is the case. That super sticky is working real well. It's very sticky. Okay. Sometimes I feel like that happens with new wax. It doesn't want to let go. I've been like saving this green in my mind for my whip and chat all day. And it's probably not going to take me any time to do this at all. But I believe this percentage sign here on the outside of this bush is a special. And I'm excited for that because it's a glimmer or fairy dust. And it's the first time I'm placing a fairy dust on this canvas. All right, let's talk about life. What is going on? We have our new filming schedule, and that is super exciting. Or not super exciting for you guys. Maybe that's more exciting for me because I won't be feeling guilty for not filming on a Thursday when I'm all peopled out. Because I am not an extrovert by nature. So sometimes Thursday comes around, I get home, and I'm like, the last thing I want to do is talk. I'm a teacher, so I talk all day. It's a lot. Whoopsies. There we go. I have to say, I really love how Diamond Art Club handles blends and transitions. Like how this bush is transitioning, how the details in the tree trunk look. It's always just a really gorgeous rendering style. Although this is the first time I'm ever doing a kit by Ivy Dollamore. And I really like it a lot. It's beautiful. I don't know if I'm going to become a regular Ivy Dollamore person, but very glad to have had this experience. And I feel like this kit is just the embodiment of everything Drills and Chills. If you don't know what Drills and Chills is a diamond painting event. I mentioned that already at the top. And essentially what you do, ooh, that got a little sticky. That can happen sometimes if it's too warm with Pure Bliss Wax Company. So I need to reset this putty by just sticking it in the freezer for a bit. But anyway, so you're doing a diamond painting that is fall or Halloween themed. Witches are a very popular pick, and landscapes are a very popular pick. And this one kind of has a bit of both because it's a witch with a landscape on her head. And it's wonderful, and I love it. Not my usual color palette. I don't normally go for fall colors. I understand why people like them and why they do, and I think that they have their place, but they're just not what I gravitate towards. And I think I promised myself that next week I'm not going to be working for this on my WIP and chat if I'm not done with it by then, which I don't think I will be. But I'm going to try to do a section of Elegance and Fuchsia next week, which is my kit with 98 colors. Okay. Is this? Yes, it is. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fairy dust. Pulling that up. Hopefully you can see. So fairy dust diamonds have like a glimmery coating over the top, like fairy dust, and just give it a bit of an extra sparkle effect. They're a very nice special drill to work with. I'm excited to see how this looks because I believe all of the bushes and greenery in this landscapey scene, which are not that many. There are not that many of them. By which I mean there's not that much green in this because, you know, it is fall, a fall painting. Have this shimmer in them, so I want to see how it looks. I've been excited about this since I unboxed this kit back in like July. Whew. The way I almost kitted this up as soon as I unboxed it was crazy because that artwork was just gorgeous and still is just gorgeous. She looked beautiful before I even put any drills down on her. Yeah. That guy's stuck. There we go. We got it. Really need to cut my nails. They're too long. Does anybody else catch themselves like, how do you flip your diamond painting pen? I feel like I do this little unnecessary flourish every time. But, or do you not flip your diamond painting pen at all? Because Katie over at Diamonds and Washi, she does have a tutorial on how to single place with a multi-placer, but I never could quite figure out how to do it. So it's just not something I do. Sometimes I'll pick up like one drill with my multi-placer, but she was talking about like picking up multiple drills with your multi-placer and then single placing them. And I just cannot get the hang of it. Maybe I don't have the fine motor skills or the ability to visualize, but I can't do it. Whoopsies. There we go. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's cute. That's nice. Okay. Whew. Little section. I feel like I built that up in my head to be a bigger deal than it is. It's just not. It's a little bush, but it looks really great. And I finally did get to place some greens and a special. This kit is almost entirely browns and oranges, blacks, grays, and a little bit of white for the sky. So, like I said, a color palette that I do tend to get worn out on. But next week we're doing Elegance and Fuchsia, and that'll be a nice change of pace. Get more pinks and blues and purples in the mix. I haven't worked on that kit in over a month. I'm excited for that. A little treat for myself for having worked so hard on my Drills and Chills kit. All right, in terms of life, It's been a minute since we talked, and I don't fully remember what I have and have not told you guys. There's been some stuff going on. Not a lot of stuff, but stuff. I feel like me during the school year is just a very boring person. Like, I go to school. I keep my routine as consistent as I possibly can. I almost never deviate from it unless there's an extreme circumstance. And I come home and I do my home stuff. The one thing that I have been struggling with, though, is getting back into a routine. Like, I used to tutor kids, and I used to go to spin class twice a week and take my daughter, whose code name is Holly, out on all of these adventures and trips, and now I'm working full-time, and so obviously I don't have that kind of time anymore. But, like, I would still like to take her out on outings on the weekend, or I would, like to be able to go back to spin class. I really loved spin class. I miss it. I felt better, and I had more energy when I was in spin class regularly. It's lots of little things like that, that I miss, that I need to start finding ways to bring back into my life. But I'm having a hard time finding the wherewithal and the energy. Oh, this looks really good. Sometimes I just stop when I'm in the middle of diamond painting and go, this looks so great. So that's what's up with that. And then other life things. I actually, guys, you won't believe it, I went out socially this weekend. It was crazy. I and a group of friends there's an event in the St. Louis area called Tenacious Eats. If you live in St. Louis, you should check it out. I highly recommend it. What it is there's this thing. We don't always go. We go sometimes. Not as consistently as I think some of my friends would like to. But you know what? I don't always have the bandwidth for it. What they do is it's a local chef. She works in conjunction with a local space that has a bar and like tables and everything, and she kind of takes it over for the day or the evening, and they pick a movie, usually an old movie from the 80s, and you watch the movie, and she's made a ton of food, and each course comes out like timed with a specific part of the movie. So like, for example, we saw Goonies, and when the strawberry milkshake splatted against the window, they gave us a strawberry milkshake. It's like at least a 5-course meal that's timed with this movie. And like I said, the movie this time was Goonies, and it was amazing. I had never actually seen Goonies before, and it was really great. I had a good time. We had the strawberry milkshake during the strawberry milkshake scene. There were like themed adult beverages to go along with it, and like they stop a couple times halfway through to play like trivia games, like what were these hit songs that were released in the same year as the movie, kind of thing. It's a good time. There's prizes, there's good food, we get to go out with our friends, but also we're watching a movie. So it's not like you're interacting all night. It honestly actually is like an introvert's like dream way to socialize. You socialize with everybody like before the movie, after the movie, and like during a couple breaks in between. You can get up and play games if you want, but you don't have to. You can stay seated, but you still get credit for leaving the house and going out. We always have a really good time. But I don't know, my friends sometimes are like, we want to go anyway. And I was like, I don't like that movie. And they're like, that's not the point. And I'm like, it kind of is though. It kind of is. Like, I would not go when they did Friday the 13th. That was just not my jam. I don't do horror films. Despite the fact that I am obsessed with, true crime. I I don't like horror. So I skipped that one. There's a couple others that we'll probably check out in the upcoming months. I don't know though. There's a couple I know I want to go to, but it depends on if they will want to come with me. If any of the friend group will want to come with me. Because there was one that I wanted to go to, but everybody else was like, nah. And I was like, okay, fine. Well, I'm not going by myself. They did a screening of an Office episode, which was very fun. I imagine it would have been fun. I wasn't there because my friends didn't want to go. Because they were like, it's not worth the babysitter. Which, valid. That's a good standard. Is it worth a babysitter? If the answer is no, don't go. That looks odd right now. The way that's set up, I don't know. Maybe it's just the angle I'm at. We're gonna do this like light brown hourglass on its side. See if it makes it look better. This one. And then after that, I think we're gonna get into the sky, which is exciting. And then school today was fine. If you're new here, I am the reading interventionist at a local school district. It's my job to assess the whole school. So the whole school has to read to me or my teacher's aide, along with a bunch of other stuff, to like get the kids' reading levels, figure out who might need some extra help, and then I provide that extra help with the help of my teacher aide. And it's a very data-driven position. You know, it's a support position for the staff, which I am kind of happy about and feel like I'm doing a good job at. Where, you know, I go around and I help people out with reading. I bring friends back to my room for like intervention sessions, which are usually only a half hour in most cases. And my days just go real fast. It's like I get in, I get out, I'm done. And I like it. I'm building a routine because, you know, my thing is like once we build that routine, I am like a boulder. You cannot stop me. I am going down this hill and it will take an extreme event to stop me. And by an extreme event, I mean like, you know, the school burns down or the entire month of May, basically. We do our intervention and we get on with our day. It's very straightforward, and I really like the intervention program that my school uses. I'm getting trained in it right now. I had heard of it before. I'm trained in the system for the upper grades, but not the lowers. And it's going really well. I like it a lot. And the kids are very sweet, which is always the case. Anyone who thinks that the kids are the worst part of education has maybe never spoken to an adult in their entire life. Everyone, my friends and I always joke, if we ever leave education, it'll be because of the adults, not the kids. We love the kids. Though actually the adults of this school are good. They're nice people. I feel like I have a good fit going right now. That's looking better with that blended brown. That looks much better. So it was just looking weird because I went a little out of order. That's okay. Also, I think it's not helping that this tree stump here, at least I assume this is a tree stump. Let me look at the original artwork. Yeah. This tree stump here, it's not very well defined, and I don't think it should be. That's very in keeping with the original artwork. It's kind of blurry. Sorry, drink. And maybe that's why it's looking so weird to me. Ooh. But it was picture day at school today. And of course, I woke up this morning and was like, you know what? I don't feel like wearing really any makeup. So I went to school with no makeup. I got there and everybody was like, it's picture day, Sarah. And I was like, course it is. Some people look real nice. Like some teachers had on like a lot of makeup. They got their hair done. They looked great. And I'm standing there and I'm like, thank God I stored some dry shampoo in my desk. That always happens to me on picture day. But also, I was really worried. I'm on breakfast duty. And I was very concerned that they were going to serve syrup on picture day for breakfast. I low-key was sort of like prepping myself all morning to go to the cafeteria ladies and just be like, hey, it's picture day. I know that we're serving waffles, but we lost the syrup, right? It's gone. Thankfully, I did not have to. Cinnamon rolls this morning, which don't come with syrup. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. That would have been bad. I feel like if I was a parent who spent all that time getting my kid ready for picture day that morning, and then the picture came back and they had syrup on their shirt, I'd be mad. Luckily, I did not have to do that. If any lunch ladies are watching out there, maybe I know you guys don't set the menus. It's usually your companies. If anyone who sets the menu at a school cafeteria company, maybe check and see when picture day is, when you're making the menu, and maybe don't serve spaghetti that day. Like, just a thought. Or anything with syrup or anything like that. But let's just not do that. Let's just not do that. Let's make smart choices. Picture day was low-key. The preschool teacher was very nice and let me cut in front of her class because I forgot I was supposed to go get my photo taken. She was lovely. And now it's over until the spring. There's always the spring pictures, which are good. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. I was just remembering this really weird thing that happened when I was in middle school, where there were spring photos that were taken, but they weren't like your standard photos. Like there was a fake background and everybody was leaning up against a tree. It was really weird. And I was at, a public school for the first time in my little life. We'd just moved to Colorado. And I was like, oh, well, maybe this is something that they do in Colorado. Take, like, spring portraits with fake tree stumps. Even though there's prettier trees outside, but whatever. And then a few weeks later, they just gave us all the photos. And nobody realized that you had to, like, pay for them. Because our parents hadn't, like, paid for the pictures. I don't know if they still do it this way. Because, actually, I know that they still do it this way. Where you pay for, like, your package. And, like, how many photos, school photos you want, and you pay for them, and they get sent home. I know this because I never pay for any of my school photos. When Holly gets older, I'll pay for hers. But I'm like, I'm good. I don't need photos of myself. Thank you very much. But they just gave us the pictures without anyone having paid for them. And kids were like, and they came with, like, they'd been made into, like, stickers. And, of course, the stickers were the most expensive. So kids were going around and, like, sticking the stickers of themselves up. And all of the teachers were like, oh, no, they're going to, like, their parents haven't paid for those yet. What if their parents don't want to pay for them? Because if you didn't, you were supposed to return what you didn't want to pay for. But nobody ever explained that to the kids. So I just remember that being an absolute catastrophe. And thinking about that now as a teacher, I'm like, that was weird. That was weird. And I feel like that was a moment where things were not communicated clearly amongst the staff. Sometimes I look back on my childhood education and I'm like, oh, I know what was happening there. That was a strange little mistake. Someone there made a mistake, and I just know everybody in the teacher's lounge was probably complaining about it later. I like to look back on those kind of memories now. It was a very odd thought that got me going just because it was picture day today. Also, I love that kids still, despite the fact that like photos are so easy to take now on your phone and everything, that kids still get so dressed up for picture day. Like they came in with their hair slicked or in like fancy dresses and bows, looking so beautiful and cute. I love that picture day is like still such a big deal. It's really great. And it makes me very happy. Sometimes I worry like that kids today don't quite get that same magic that we younger people did of like having to wait for things and like the sweet anticipation and then the payoff. I love that. That's why I like doing kids with a lot of confetti where it's like, you know, you wait a long time for things to become clear. It's also why I like reading The Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. And I worry sometimes the kids have lost that because, you know, they get the instant gratification these days with your 2-day shipping and TikTok and whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I sound old right now, I'm sure. Back in my day, when I had teeth, we had to wait an hour to get our pictures developed. Hope you enjoyed that old lady impression. I'll be here all week. And I'm not knocking it. Kids like what they like. Every generation has, you know, thought that the generation that's younger than them is weird or does something unacceptable. That means society is ruined. And that's just not ever really been the case. So I try to be chill about that kind of thing and remind myself, you know, they're growing up in a different world than I did. But it just makes me sad to think like, oh, you don't get that joy of having to wait for things. Speaking of having to wait for things, I got a really nice payoff today because I got a shipment in from Jaded Gem Shop with a kit I ordered a long time ago, like I think back in March. And to be fair, I don't want anyone to think I'm knocking Jade because Jade from Jaded Gem Shop is a genius. I will fight anyone who says otherwise. I ordered Gamer Girl from Jaded Gem Shop a while back, and she emailed me right around the time the tariff situation was getting complicated to say that she'd had someone pay. So the way Jade does it is she has 2 rendering styles. She has hybrid and hand rendered, which she calls pixel charted, where she goes through and she edits everything pixel by pixel. And originally I had ordered the hybrid kit because pixel charting was not available for that kit. She doesn't have pixel charting available for everything, just for some kits. And she emailed me because the kit I originally ordered was like stuck in a tariff situation. It was going to be a while before I got it. She emailed me to be like, hey, someone recently paid the fee to have this kit hand charted. If you want, when the kit finally makes it in, I will send it to you whenever that is. Or if you would rather, I will sell the hybrid kit to somebody else who I'm sure would like it. And you can have and I will get you a pixel charted kit whenever I am done with the render. It'll be a long time though. And this was back in like May that she emailed me this. And I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? Let's be real. We all know Gamer Girl is Rainy Day Stash. Rainy Day Stash is a term that I believe was created by Katie at Diamonds and Washi. to mean like a kit you want to keep in your stash, that you want to save for a special occasion. You want to really savor that artwork. You want to, you know, enjoy the anticipation of it. Again, anticipation. I was like, you know what? Let's be real. Gamer Girl is rainy day stash. So you're not going to do it in time anyway, and you might as well get the hand rendered. So I told Jade I would really like to have it as a pixel charted. She said that was fine. To my knowledge, she sold the hybrid kit. She never emailed to tell me she didn't. Or that, you know, the situation had changed. She was very sweet. It was a really amazing thing for her to offer. She doesn't know me from Adam. I've never met her. That's just the kind of customer service she gives everyone because she's amazing. And so, I know my pixel charted version of Gamer Girl came today. It is sitting in a box at my feet right now. After we're done with this whip and chat, I am probably gonna film an unboxing for it because I can't wait. I'm a very impatient person, despite everything I just said about, you know, anticipation, enhancing enjoyment. I don't care. I don't care at all. I want to open that box and see what's inside of it because I have waited long enough. I have been waiting for months to see it, and I want to see it. And so once I'm done with this whip and chat, I am going to unbox it. I think I'm going to finish this section also during this whip and chat. That's exciting. Never finished a section live. Or not live, but on a whip and chat. Hi, Miso. Miso just popped up. She might jump into the frame. Because she's a rude kitty cat who's so good. Who likes attention. Oh, something weird did happen today, too. Sushi, my larger cat, who never appears on the channel because she doesn't like social interaction. She was, like, chilling on the couch all day. Really freaked me out. Made me think something was wrong. And I think what it is she gets upset. I think it's because I went out over the weekend. If Holly is home and I am not, Sushi gets mad. She has freaked out almost every babysitter who has put Holly to bed when I'm not home. Every babysitter who has ever had to put that child to bed without me has been freaked out by Sushi because Sushi will sit outside Holly's door after she's asleep and she will meow, 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 meow. Constantly. Just meow, 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 meow. All the time. And everybody will be like, oh my God, did the baby stop breathing? And I didn't realize. And we'll run to check on the baby and she's still asleep. And they'll leave. Close the door again. And then Sushi will pop back up. Meow, 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 meow. And my friends like to joke that Sushi, when she meows, because she meows very rarely. So she is loud and her meow is distinctive. It's not like Miso, who's so squeaky. Sushi, it sounds like she's speaking English. So because she is so quiet, everybody freaks out. It's like, oh my God. And I have warned every babysitter about this. And yet still, unless it's like a family member who watches her all the time and who knows Sushi, like, I still get texts even after warning the babysitters. This is what's going to happen after you put the baby to bed. Don't panic. And I still get text messages. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. It's okay. I promise. If you have checked her once and she's breathing, Sushi just has anxiety. Give her some catnip. Send her on her way. She's a guard cat. Isn't that right? Isn't Sushi a guard cat? Yes, Miso. Since I'm on the last color of this section, I guess I might as well get into content and what I've been watching. I've not been doing any reading. I'm in a bit of a reading slump. And I think I was reading during lunch at work for a while, but I'm trying to do this professional development thing, and it's asynchronous and online. So I've been working on that during my lunch, just to try to keep on top of it. Because I'm doing about 1.5 years worth of professional development in like 45 days. It's fun. But until I'm done with that, I'm not doing a ton of reading. And then content-wise, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I discovered this morning, I'm sure I'm like the last person to discover this person, because it seems like she has a lot of followers, is Swoop, and Swoop 2. She has channels. I'll try to remember to link them down below. That are just commentary channels about crazy things influencers do. And you know me, I love some tea, I love some drama. So, and then I've been watching also The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon. And I think I like Young Sheldon better. I have no idea where the fandom stands on this, but you know, I think parts of The Big Bang Theory have not aged well. And that Young Sheldon is just better. Did you know that actually the woman who plays Mary is the daughter of the woman who plays Mary on The Big Bang Theory? They cast her daughter, and that's why the casting is so excellent and amazing, why she looks so similar. All right, these are the last 4 drills of this section. Boom. I finished a section for the first time ever during a whip and chat. I love it. I've got to say, I feel like this stump looks more defined now that the white part of the sky is done. That looks great. It really does. I love that. Okay, so I'll cut the plastic. Where did there it is. Okay. Just clean up a little. I think that's it for content. I have one of my best friends, one of my teacher besties. She and I come over and we drink wine on Wednesdays and we watch true crime. And I really want to see that documentary that HBO did on Adnan Syed. If you know, you know. So I'll try to watch that this week and let you guys know how it is. I'm excited about it. This is a pen cutter. It's got a very dull, like, kind of knife on the end. And I just use it to swipe through the plastic to cut it off. I will have that link down below too. And there goes the plastic. We are done with that section. The first full landscaping section, and I'm so happy. I'm in confetti heaven, you guys. I'm so happy, yay. All right, well, if you made it all the way to the end, why don't you leave a little check mark emoji, because we finished a section and that's awesome and amazing. All right. And with that, I hope that your caffeine is hitting just right and that your crafting is going super well. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.